Well, I'm trying to... Oh, wait, no, I fixed it. No, it says rotate device back. And I don't know why.
So I got a cat in here?
Well, we're going to put the stuff back. We might be live. Hey, I'm the wrong direction.
We're live?
Yeah, but it's the wrong direction. Hold on, you guys. Hey, Mandy. I don't know whether we should... We might end up having to just... You did? Call it P, because we're live and we don't want to lose our monetization. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have anything. Did he really? Is it like fresh in there? Or is it a bunch? We're going to have to do it side by side like this. Here we go. Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're live, but we're good. It's just...
do it this way?
We gotta. Unless the overwhelming majority of people say...
Well, let me go get my phone so I can at least...
This is low budget. Whatever, right? So this time it'll be this direction. Now listen, you guys. Hey, Crazy Daisy, thank you. Can y'all believe it's been 2 years? And I'm not saying that like, oh, can you, like for real, like it's gone so fast. I remember, and this is no offense, you know, to my ex-husband, but those first 5 years crawled by. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially the first year. And with us, because of COVID and moving and all of that good stuff, it was like, it just sped by. Hey, Marion. So I'm like, we're entering our 4th year together. So we're 2 years married and 4 years that we're going in together. And you guys, this is what's...
It looks like that.
It's fine. It'll work. We just have to stick together. This time it'll be like this. It's okay.
What's up, homies?
So, and there's even like a little bit of a...
Makeup by Mandy said happy anniversary to you both. Or have you seen
That'll
these
work.
yet or no?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I
let me
said
do
hey
live
to
chat.
them. You guys, the only other thing I can do is restart the stream. I haven't figured out exactly how I mess it up. Thank you, Natalie, a silent watcher. I love that. Anyway, we can just snuggle up together.
I'm gonna do this. There it is.
Yeah, but yeah, so that you can see. Okay, so hey, let it go. Is this super distracting, let it go, or should we just roll with it?
I think if we're gonna...
You think we should restart it?
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, I think we'll be okay.
And you're right. It goes that fast because we, you know, that makes a difference. When I got, the first time I was 18, so, you know, whatever. It was what it was. But you know, when you're 18, a year is like 20.
Let it go as spoken. She has said, what's wrong? Everything looks great. So.
But it's the wrong direction. Oh, well.
We'll keep it like this.
I guess there's not really a wrong, I just want to get out of the filter.
See, now people can do this if they want.
Okay.
But see, I'm just trying to do it so that I can see the chat.
Okay. I'm just gonna do normal for the hey, Misty Lee.
Did you say hi to everybody? Natalie. Oh, she's the silent watcher.
Yes. I have to get something to drink. I didn't
Myriad
plan on
says
it.
it's really been 2 years. Debbie Dawson. Here, you don't want venom, do you?
I think that'll coat my mouth like with nastiness.
Okay, so come here, Sawyer. You're gonna have to help me out here, buddy. Come here. Come here. No, come here. Come here.
Look at him.
This is Sawyer's corn.
I guess if you're by yourself, like if it's only you,
This is
then
corn.
when you do a...
Hey, Binsk. Come here, Sawyer. Look. Say hi to the people. Well, we tried to rotate the phone and then it says it's locked. Like if I rotate the
I
phone,
think it has something to do with...
it's locked.
It's how you set it up. And remember, I scheduled it when we were riding in the car. So I think I scheduled it the wrong direction. But that's okay.
What do you think, Sawyer? Oh, she's a Sawyer Brown right there. Sawyer Brown. He's a Sawyer Brown right here. The bubble power. You bubble power. So.
Oh, there we go. I'm doing unsweet tea.
No, Myriad, you are not invisible.
I said hi.
So this is what we did today. Hey, go get the brochure from what we saw.
I put it on the thing, but I'll get it.
So today, our second year of marriage, fourth year together, we went to go see a play, a musical. If you follow Mandi on her Twitter, I think she posted, we went to see Little Shop of Horrors, remember the movie? Well, they did they had like the musical at the place we go to. This is the fourth time that we've gone to one.
Unbelievable.
It was probably the best one that we've seen.
Flawless.
Yeah, it was
when
pretty
they hit
good.
that trash can in the beginning, it was flawless.
Yeah.
It was completely flawless. There we go.
Oh, Myriad is Mama Ricky.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
How are you, Mama Ricky? So, these are all four. We've saved them. And I didn't even know that Sean noticed that we saved them on the dresser,
I do.
but he did.
I'm a doting husband.
And so he was like, we're going to take it and you can put it on the dresser with the others. But the first one we saw, we went with his family as well. And that was last Christmas time, and it was A Christmas Carol. And then
You come over a little bit.
the next, I know I'm trying. The next one we went to see was Private Lives. I think that's also been a movie, but it started as
It was a Broadway play like in the 30s.
and it was good.
Yeah.
It was real interesting.
It was pretty good.
This, a funny thing happened on the way. Yeah, it is. It's shit's hit the fan everywhere. But you can understand this, Mama Ricky. Like, your friends are your friends, and you can't until they do. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, what I've said, because
I
I'm
love
kind
my
of on the
friends.
outside. Go ahead and finish with that first.
Okay,
A
so
funny thing happened on the way to the Forum. We saw that one.
on the Coliseum.
Is it I thought it was the Forum.
Oh no, he's right. The Forum,
Um,
and not the Penthouse Forum. It was the Roman Forum.
And I thought that...
You don't even know what that is?
Yeah, the Penthouse Forum. Is that where they write like letters?
Well,
and-
store. Okay, I was like, I thought it just
I
snuck.
was working late on the 9th floor.
They talk about the hot
the
box and-
janitor, Ronaldo,
Okay,
that
okay,
I've
we get
always
it.
looked at.
We got it. Okay. Anyway, so then that one, I liked that one, but that time period in general, as far as like entertainment goes, I love the Roman Empire and Greece and all of that, but I'm not crazy about like movies and stuff about it. But it was good.
The actors were really good.
They were good. And then today it was Little Shop of Horrors. And I have never seen the movie. I'd heard about it, but I had never seen it. So this was a first for me. And like we were saying, it was really good. So again, this one, just like the first one, we went with the family. So everybody, like brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, parents, all of that. And then we went to Ted's Bison afterwards. Was that what it was called?
Yeah, I don't know if any of you got, well,
It's
one
yes.
or two people that know the area of Forsyth County. So we went to the Collection,
This
which
might
is
help.
it's a little shopping area called the Collection. And then inside there's a restaurant called Ted's. And they have like bison burgers if you want to order bison and stuff like that. And that's where we ate.
Yep. And this is like, y'all probably have one in your town, wherever like the town of closest sizes. You know how they're making those shopping center now, the kind of higher class ones where the bottom floors are stores, but then they have condos up top or whatever. And in Texas, we have them, they call the Domain. Here it was the Collection. That's where it was at. Hey, Kathleen.
Let it goes like, feed me, Seymour.
It was funny because when that first time he said it, the whole, like, that was what everyone was waiting for.
They were waiting for it. Like, so I was interested to see how Audrey 2 is the plant, right? How they were going to progress it through the play. And they did it. First, they just had it in a plant. Then they had something that was about this big that moved. Eventually, they had to go with two people. One that was the voice and another person in the costume to be Audrey 2. And they did it really well.
Yeah. It was good. It was, like I said, they kind of ran into the trash can when they were going off stage the first time. But you didn't really know it was an accident. I mean, you did, but you didn't.
You didn't because the setting is on Skid Row.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be kind of like an alleyway with a lot of garbage. Anyway, bums out there. And, you know, when they do the movie and they've got the three little, like the flapper dancers that are dancing
Now
around.
I'm going to have
four
to
of them.
see the movie now that we've...
She's never seen the movie, guys. Never
seen the movie.
So.
And part of it, we were talking about this.
Thank you, Yoga Pants.
There are certain movies that when they were in their heyday, I was too young and my parents wouldn't let me watch them. So I have a brother that's 13 years older than I am and a sister that's 10 years older than I am. And I remember...
Your sister's my age.
There were certain movies that my mom would be like, don't watch that, because VCR tapes had just come in. Don't watch that when she can see it. Lethal Weapon is one of those. Caddyshack is one of those. Porky's.
She's never seen Porky's.
She threatened my brother and sister within an inch of their life if I saw that movie. And this one and Car Wash. I wanted to see Car Wash so bad.
Car Wash is pretty good.
And I still, to this day, I'm like, I'm not allowed to watch it. So, but I am going to watch it. So, it was good fun. And the food was good. Oh, this is like slowly going down.
Is it?
Yeah. Pretty soon we're gonna be like...
We just don't know what we're doing, guys. I think that's part of our shtick, though.
We don't know what we're doing.
Is that all during our live streams, we kind of mess around.
Oh, man.
Fix it, Mandy.
I'm
Fix
getting
Mandy.
it. I'm getting it. Even Scout's mad. Scout's like, I don't know what you're doing. Okay. Good enough. It'll last.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that we do. And Mandy was going to look on their website to see if they had a Christmas. I'm pretty sure they're going to have something for Christmas.
Yeah, because that's become kind of our thing.
So there's that. Then I wanted to, when we start talking about the DC drama, what's going on, and
I really don't even want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it, but I'm just going to say one thing.
Okay.
And when this started to go on, and Mandy was asking me about it and this and that, and she and I agree on one thing. We have friends here that go through the drama and they might be going at it with another one of our friends or this and that. The thing is sometimes you stay by you don't have to condone everything your friends are doing, but you keep your friends, even if it sort of hurts your reputation a little bit, your own reputation. You don't not here publicly. You can't come on YouTube and go against your friends if they're your friends. You got to stand by them, even if it hurts you sometimes. That's my thing about it.
That is it.
That's
and the thing about my friends who are truly my friends, a lot of times they know their character defects. They know things that they do that they're not proud of. But I've done things that I'm not proud of behind the scenes. I get threatened some kind of way because someone gets seen in someone's chat, and I get upset and whatever, and I have to come back and eat crow and say, so I can be a little oversensitive. I don't have a handcuff on you. You go where you want. And they either accept that or they don't.
Yeah. I mean, and she's got me sitting beside her all the time unless I'm at work, and I'm always like, I don't have to always do it, but
Yeah.
I would tell you, you just breathe, just chill.
Yeah.
Just chill out. I mean, this will pass.
It will pass.
Yeah.
And I can't, if I were to constantly, quote unquote, pick a side, when those people, whoever it is, make up, which they usually always do, then you're like, well, I'm sorry too, because I threw a fit on behalf of them, and now y'all are made up. And so, do y'all get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
That's why I just completely, I love my friends, but if you're my friend and you tell me to kick rocks because I somehow don't meet your expectations on YouTube stuff, I'm gonna kick rocks and go.
So yeah, and that's kind of, I agree with her. Guess who gave Mandy a call last night?
We had just mentioned her too.
Yeah. Remember Arabia? Remember the whole Sam and Arabia drama? Well, out of the blue,
She gave me a call.
we're hanging out last night, and all of a sudden the phone rings, and Mandy's like, "Oh, it's Arabia."
She's doing great, you guys.
Yeah.
She's
and
back
see, that's
too.
what I mean. You know, Mandy doesn't just like. Sometimes when people collab or they're on YouTube together, and someone else might not like that person, they ask, why are they, doing a collaboration with them, or why why? And people always kind of have the answer, well, they have a common enemy, or it's just for YouTube and this and that, and they're, blah, blah, blah. But
Hey, Yoga Pants. And
with
Lisa.
Mandi, like if you're her friend, Arabia was almost 3 years ago. Gabby now is on the scene, and you've talked to Mandi and you've like done whatever. Chances are you're going to stay friends with her.
Yeah.
And
I'm really
she's
not
just
a horrible
gonna,
person.
she's not going to, like not answer the phone if you call and things like that.
And the friends that I've had public falling outs with that were very public in the past, those didn't go without hurting. They took the course that they took, but again, they may not have been as popular as they could, in the YouTube community, but they hurt when they ended. Those friendships did. And Arabia had the best line ever when we first started talking, 3 years, whenever it was. She said,
Move over. I want you in the middle. I want to be. I would rather have her face on here and mine half on here than the other way around.
People meet me for the reasons that they meet me, whatever the reason is. And she goes, but they stick around with me because they figure out I'm a pretty effing awesome person. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. It's so far removed from YouTube drama with her. It's been so long. We talk about her kids, her grandkids, her job, we compare, she does something similar, we talk together. And so thank you. And we love you guys. I mean,
isn't that
yes, it is.
Yay, hey, how you doing? No, it's not, isn't it?
No. It might be.
Might be. I think it is.
I don't want to bust it. Yeah,
that's fine.
Another one. If that's you, whoever, another one. We've had some pretty public things like with Beep's Cap, and
hey,
we
Lisa,
made up.
Yoga.
We made up.
I mean, it does help that we're together and you have two like OGs that what do you say, Mandi? I don't really know what's going on other than being with her. Like I see people that are on and this and that, and I go, oh my God, what is this person doing? Blah, blah, blah. But
we don't talk about it till like right before, like we do whatever, and then when we start getting in our mode to go live, we kind of, that's when the chatter starts.
We have all this stuff that we want to say. Or when we go live, I'm going to say this or I'm going to talk about that. We usually don't.
No, because a lot of times y'all will say, oh, thank God that it wasn't about whatever. And there was something else that was about being 2 years and I don't know.
Married.
2 years married, and y'all know I'm not really good with dates. I knew my anniversary was the 18th, but I thought today was the 17th. So finally, Sean was like, I know.
I'm just grateful that I have somebody that, we're both kind of the same when we don't need to really shower each other with gifts or do something special on our anniversary. I mean, we will, but it's not, I don't feel the pressure to have to like, oh my God, if I don't do this, or if I don't bring flowers home, or if we don't go out to eat here, that it's not going to be a good day.
Well, and between we were joking, between the two of us, we've had 37 marriages.
Yeah, I mean, between the two of us, we've been married 19 times. I mean, what relevance for each one?
But it is cool when you look back and say, wow, 2 years, it flew by. You guys, y'all are kind of saying the same thing. Like, when you're happy, it flies by. And I would guess that it does. Like I was saying before, the first 5 years was hard with like a first one because I was young. But then it starts to get a little whatever. And then when it hits the fan, it hits the fan. But I'm guessing that 7 years in certain situations drags by like a life sentence.
Well, I think that what ends up happening is you just kind of you accept it. This is what
Misty.
I mean. I look at the positives. Like, I was at the beach when I was in that relationship, and I loved the beach. And for a big part of my time there, she wasn't even at the condo with me. She was somewhere else. The downside of that was paying 2 rents and stuff like that.
So Crazy Daisy has a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you and Negs on good terms?
Me and Negs, I'd say we're not on bad terms. I haven't been like.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't spoken to Negs in a few years. I mean, but I'm not at odds with him. I hate the word beef. I'm not beefing with him. You know, I don't. I mean, I guess I'm on good terms with him.
Yeah,
I guess.
was gonna. That would be my thing too.
Yeah, I
Not
guess
really.
I am. I mean,
I've popped into DC Media's before and said something like, it was funny because they were talking about. She was showing a video of this guy that was like talking about the differences between males and females and things that males wish females knew, and the subject of porn came up. And I typed in there, hell, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, watch it together. And that was like typical ATX.
Yeah.
Drop in, drop a bomb, and then I'm out of there. But she said, it's good to see you. Hey, Paula, it's good to see
Paula.
you in here. I'm sorry that I said you were the one that was on Dr. Phil. I didn't know. I'm pretty sure that it was started as a joke and she believed that that was the case. But again, not on bad terms with them, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, here's I'll give you a brief history. Negs, I first spoke to Negs when the bloodbath thing.
Oh, is that
right?
the first time?
Yeah, way back. This would be like 2016 or something like that. And you know, so we were back and forth because, you know, I was with the other one, and she was all over the place. So then it was, I think it was February of 2018.
Something like that.
2018. And I drove to Indiana and I hung out with Negs. And so we were friends, and, you know, we would text, you know, this and that and keep up with what was going on for a while. And then we just stopped after my grandson. See, my grandson was born in Cincinnati. So when I would go to Cincinnati, I would just shoot on over. It was about a couple hours to get to his place. So I did that a couple of times. But I think every time that me and Trisha would have a fight or whatever, he had my back. He'd always talk about he's a good guy.
did he?
Yeah. He
didn't know
never
that.
mocked me really. You know, he had my back and said, you know, he's just a dude trying to love his wife and this and that. He always had my back. When we split up, and then I was with Mandi, he was like, yeah, you know, good for him and this and that. When Mandi and I decided to go on Katie's live stream, he didn't like that. And I don't blame him for that because of his history with Katie.
See, I don't even remember. I didn't even know that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, because of the whole, his son and everything. Katie
No, it
was
makes
on that.
sense. But what I'm saying is I didn't know that happened at the time.
When Mandi and I went on Katie's live stream when we first got together, he didn't like that. And I understand why he didn't like it. And that's all I can say about it is I get why he wouldn't like that. Someone that he considered a friend would have gone over and been on a live stream.
And the whole way that came about was we were going to do live with Tom. We're going to go on his channel and do it. We couldn't get it to work. We could, and you know, if you remember how Hangouts...
On my channel.
Right. If you remember how Hangouts used to work, it was a lot easier to click a link and join a panel than it was to host your own stream because it had to connect through your YouTube account. You had to be approved. Anyway, that's irrelevant, but really the way it finally happened was we had to get ahead of it and finally tell everyone, yes, it's true. This is the way it is. We're together.
Crazy Daisy says, I remember when you guys hung out. I mean, we did some good live streams. I was at his place and we co-hosted.
Let it go. So that those antics were embarrassing. I would guess.
There was some other stuff that happened at my home when I was at Negs that was rather embarrassing and humiliating. But you guys probably remember that night.
It was the breast off.
Yeah, it was the breast off between.
I was asleep. The next day, someone said there was a GUN involved, and
there was. If you guys remember, it was me,
out.
Angry Veteran, Skeeter, and Negs. Negs was asleep. I was hanging out playing video games with Lil Negs, and I guess a lot of alcohol was drank and a gun came into play.
Were you appalled with the event? Good.
But that was the breast off where I think TT and Savage both was showing cleavage, and I come clean, you know, years later. Savage's was much better. She's got much better cleavage than Trisha does.
She said you hung your head. I felt so bad for you. That's what I witnessed too when I went back. They had cut half the stream out or something.
Yeah.
So the the part with the GUN, I don't know what you can say anymore and what you can't, but that part.
I mean, I wasn't around for that.
That's
'cause
what he didn't
at
have
that
any
point,
idea.
I bowed out, and I was in the other room, and I was watching and kind of hanging out with. And that's another thing, that I can never deny about being there is that I spent time with Lil Negs. I mean, just playing video games, and he would interact as much as he wanted to interact, but that's something that I won't ever forget. I don't think I've ever said this.
Savage is beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, Bryn Michelle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's a good looking gal. I have never said this before, but when you remember when my grandson was born, I never really shared it, but my grandson is autistic. Lil Sean
You did briefly.
Is special needs. So, and I didn't know it when I was hanging out with Ned because Lil Sean was a newborn. It wasn't until about 18 months later when we really knew that he became nonverbal. But so I took a lot of lessons from hanging out with Neg's little boy about kind of how to communicate with my grandson.
That's cool.
But Lil Negs he's not nonverbal. I mean, he communicates and this and that. My grandson does not. So it's just the thing that is special between my grandson and I are that he doesn't make eye contact. Autistic, young boy, they don't make eye contact sometimes. But I and everybody notices that he and I do make eye contact. My grandson and I do. And I think, I'm trying to figure out what makes me so special. And I think it's because my name is Sean and his name is Sean. So I think when he hears the name Sean, it could be people trying to communicate with him.
That's a good point.
Or they might be trying to communicate with
Yeah.
Big Sean. And so he kind of has made, it's kind of locked into me and kind of connected with me a little bit.
But you're amazing
for that
with
reason.
kids anyway. But
So
you're right.
anyway.
You're right. But you're really, Sean's really good with children. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
No,
I
that's
just
okay.
meant,
But I mean, it does. So then,
Yes.
so when I got with Mandi and then we were on Katie's stream, we went on, we did that. And that was a betrayal, I believe. Even though I hadn't spoken with Negs in a couple of years, I understood.
it was
I
a betrayal
understood. I
on several
understood.
levels.
Yeah.
I took heat for it too,
Yeah.
for it. But
And all I could say is, we made that decision, and I know why he would have been mad. And he, he had a couple things to say about me in streams, like I was clout chasing and this. I get it. But I mean, dudes are different than girls.
DC Media says that he says you're a
Yeah,
nice
I
guy.
mean, behind the scenes, I mean.
Oh wow, Bryn Michelle.
So I hope that answers the question about am I on good terms with him. I mean, I have a.
Yeah, she said
history.
she said 20 minutes ago. That's really cool.
Oh, is Lunar Phoenix in here? Is
No,
Lunar
it was
Phoenix in here?
crazy.
No, no.
Dude. Like 20 minutes ago, she said that's really cool. But we banter back and forth. But I liked your explanation in general. You're well spoken. If I ever go and make a fool out of myself, will you spin it so that I don't look quite
Was
so
that
crazy?
I was making a fool of myself?
No. If you spin it,
I'll just if you ever get on here and start making a fool of yourself, I will just pull my boobs out and shut the stream down.
because supposedly they're a triple D. No, but it was it was neat getting to spend time with little Sean when we were in the Outer Banks, and he's a neat kid. I mean, and it's, I think that next, like when we talk about Alzheimer's and dementia, the thing about both of those is typically you've got your child for 18 months, they're on target. They're saying mama, dada, they're you've got them for 18 months, and then it kind of slowly goes the other direction. And that's it's like dementia.
Sean was verbal when he was born,
Right,
as much as an infant can be. And
you
then,
get like elderly and the same thing happens, or whenever it sets in and the same thing happens. Hey, Dragonfly,
Hey, Black Dragonfly.
you start to lose that person cognitively, sometimes verbally. And I think that's why it's one of the cruelest things that people have to deal with, but people push through it and they learn to work with it. Early intervention is actually key with both of those. With autism and dementia, And they kind of do it the same way.
Yeah.
You can't get back what you've lost, but you can learn different things.
And I think that I have extra energy when I'm with my grandson because I don't have him every day.
Yeah.
I don't see him very often. I only see him about once or twice a year. And he's my oldest grandson. I have two. I have two grandsons. He's my oldest grandson. And so if you guys remember when I left my relationship up before I was with Mandi and I was doing my vlogs and stuff, I was living in Cincinnati. So I was living at my daughter's house where my grandson was. And is, obviously with his mother, my daughter. And so that's when I kind of built the connection. So now when I only see him once or twice a year, I try to spend time with him. I try to not only, to give mom a break, so to give his mother a break, but also just to connect with him because apparently I can. And that's what I've been told. I don't really know the difference, because I only have a couple grandsons, but my other grandson's an infant. But that's what people say. People are like, you connect with him, so please do when you have the opportunity.
That's very true. The little I work with, the nonverbal. Misty Lee works with her. She's got a friend that's got 2 out of 3 are autistic. I think what she said, somewhere on the spectrum.
I'll say one more thing, and I don't want to keep belaboring it, but before I had an autistic loved one, I have a special needs uncle, but he's much older, and his was from a head injury. He was fell off the back of a truck and he hit his head, and so there's that. But I always kind of had a certain, and I say this and I feel bad that I did, I had a certain kind of empathy, and I kind of a certain patronization for those that had to care for special needs children, autistic children. And then when you have one or you're around one, like my grandson, one that you love and that it's really, it might take more effort, but it is like any other child. You love the child, and it's just part in your life for in a different type of way. And I felt kind of bad that I used to think the other way, but I didn't know any better.
Your response when your daughter told you was probably one of the coolest things I've ever heard Sean say. Do you remember what you said? She said, your son has autism, your grandson has autism, and what did you say?
He's still my grandson.
You said, I don't care what he has, he's a curly.
Yeah, he's a curly. Yeah. He's my grandson. So
that was his response was and I think you surprised yourself at how you were it doesn't matter. It's
you sit with it for a second and you try to figure out if there's going to be something profound that comes over you, and it doesn't. It doesn't change a thing about how you feel about them. So
Paula, I love you, Paula. I laugh when, and it's not just certain people. There's a lot of creators that continually go, I love you guys. We love you. The Ace family does it. And I always, when they do it, I'm like,
that guy had his ass kicked too. Anyway,
he did quickly, and he left before he paid the venue. Apparently,
did he?
He pretended he was out of it. And they took him to the hospital, and he didn't pay the venue. But yeah, so
that's right, Kathleen. Love is love.
That have come into my life that I've been through here that I do love. I genuinely have a love for. And then there's some people on here that they're just you keep them kind of at arm's length, but they're okay. But social media has changed the way we make friends. I think
it has,
and what we consider. I always ask Sean, I'm like, do you have to, when you meet someone online, can that person truly be your boyfriend or girlfriend before you meet? And used to, he would say, no, not really. But now he's like, no, you can.
I did a whole thing, way back when I first came on YouTube. I was like, you can't, you're real friends. You can't have long distance relationships and this and that from YouTube. But then, I don't know how many of you guys were around when how did she go by? It's B's Life and Randy, when they met, it's probably 2016 or so, and they got matching tattoos. Yeah. So then that changed my whole perspective on whether or not you can have a friendship formed on the internet or from YouTube or whatever. And then about 3 years later, I met the love of my life, and she's a YouTuber, and she's a nasty bitch, you know.
Thank you. Thank
she's
you.
a snake in the grass, you know.
Yeah.
But
nobody. I can't. Oh my gosh. Okay. People. I'm so happy that they. Everybody's excited that our anniversary. Let It Go says, Sean, may I ask how your first wife is? I never see her anymore.
my first wife, I'm not gonna like her business.
Well, she put it on. She's
in Ecuador.
She,
That's what she went to Ecuador. I think she went down there on a work visa. I think the wells ran dry for her here. I mean, by her own actions and this and that. And she, we didn't think she was really going to go. She said, I'm going to go to Ecuador because it's, for whatever reason. My daughters speak to her, but they're pretty guarded about protecting their mother. I get that. That's their mom. So they're pretty tight-lipped, but she's down there in South America, and apparently she nannies down there.
I don't know if that's...
I don't, but this is the story.
She's got a friend.
And that she's down in South America and apparently loves it down there. And I think she's got to come back to renew a work visa and then go back. She's down there about 6 months at a time and then comes back and then goes back down.
You're right. We need more politicians affected by autism and developmental disabilities to see more funding, in my opinion. I agree. She is a free spirit. Again, just like we were talking about earlier, there's no hard feelings between any of us. It's just, your child becomes an adult and what the connection that you have, both.
I think it's huge. I think when you stop paying child support, and I did about a year ago or so.
Say that one more time.
I stopped paying child support
Beast.
About it was about a year, maybe 14 months ago, last spring. So almost 18 months ago. You figure out, and your children are all young adults, and you have to respectfully tell them that I don't need to know everything that's going on with your mom. You guys, none of y'all live with her anymore. You have your own lives.
And they were relieved about that too.
Yeah,
I think they were just as relieved.
When you're living in the same house as your baby mama or as your ex-wife, you have a little bit of a vested interest in how they are doing. Because, as far as how well they're, taking care of your children. But once the child support is over and they're out on their own, they're my daughters, and I just, any connection, like parental connection I had with their mother is gone.
Yeah.
And she's off living her life and she's happy to do it. And I continue being a dad to our children. Oh. That's kind of it.
And we kind of agree, it hasn't come about with him, but like I don't communicate on a regular basis with my ex-husband. He will wish me happy birthday, happy Mother's Day, not birthdays anymore, but happy Mother's Day. And it's, but the same thing, if I had a concern about,
there's Andy.
If I had a concern about one of my children's well-being, be it mentally, mainly it's mentally. If would be at all concerned about, whatever might be, that would be a discussion that we have, and he agrees he would too when it comes to their well-being. But other than that, it's a lot less messy if you just
the thing that I would want to know, because Jessica is my daughter's mother, and she's had health issues.
Hey, Andy.
Some of it's self-inflicted. I mean, she's lived hard, partied a lot, and if something should happen to her, it's going to affect my children, and I have to be there for them.
Yeah.
And that's inevitable for anybody.
That's kind of what I was.
Yeah, and that's I was just saying the same thing, around the same things you were
Andy,
saying.
Sean and I were talking at the table. We were kind of at our own end today about how much you loved going to Atlanta.
Yeah, we were talking about the house on Carly Lane, the one in Roswell, and where all the bedrooms and all the rooms were set up. And I said, I think Andy had more luck in Georgia with the women than he did in New York, where he lives. It was like,
I remember it when we were on the thing, when we were on at OBX, he was like, "Oh damn, I loved coming to your."
Yeah, I loved coming. It was like, yeah.
It was so sweet.
I mean, not only that, not only did he,
okay.
Not only was he lucky with the women, but he, we went, to rock and roll concerts and stuff. We had a good time.
10300.
10300 Carly
What is
Lane.
that? Oh, yeah.
10300 is
Let It Go said that Love Notes went live, so we may drop some people off, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
okay. She's a freaking Looney Tune. I was watching today. I couldn't even finish it. Remember, we were watching that thing that she said. But what's funny when I guess she met with her attorney. Maybe it was a public. I don't know.
it appears
she
that
goes,
people gave her, they super chat or they
Or-
PayPal'd her money
and she
for an
goes.
attorney.
She said that the attorney was like, when she was talking to him, he's like, okay, and then she was like, the Illuminati goes, stop right there.
She started talking about
Don't
the
talk
Illuminati.
about the judge doesn't want to hear about
Yeah,
it.
you're doing great, but if you start talking about the Illuminati,
Thank you, Andy.
You're
Carly
kind
Lane,
of
baby.
Yeah, you're on your own though. No Illuminati. We got to keep it. And she was upset with that.
Very upset.
She was upset with the fact that they don't want to hear the truth. They don't. No, they don't. And the one thing that I noticed about Letitia is she's demanding they give her baby back to her.
Because she needs her baby.
They need to, and not to, what do I have to do to get my child back as the mother? What are the steps that I need to take?
But she hasn't said that.
No, she doesn't want, she said, you give me my kid.
Well, Sean and I were talking
You
a
know?
little bit like, now she's trying to kind of make it sound like she did relinquish all of her parental rights in the hospital. I don't think you can. And correct me if someone knows. I wouldn't think that usually if you're in some sort of institution, hospitalized for whatever reason, you're not allowed to do that sort of thing. And they certainly wouldn't.
Kathleen says she signed all parental rights to the state.
But how are you? But when you do that, is that
I mean,
it?
Mandy brought up a good point, but she
Because
was like,
you put these mothers with postpartum depression signing their kids away within hours of them being born. That seems like,
yeah, it's
I
crazy.
agree, that baby needs to go. Don't get me wrong. But hey, Stewie's a
Stewie.
renegade.
Stewie throws the swords
Thank
up.
you. Andy is a fan of Jessica, and he said, your mature attitude with Jess, she's a cool ass woman, and just like you, love seeing the relationship. Yep. I mean,
I think Stewie is like Diane's biggest fan.
I said Stewie. That's the crackling candle.
Oh.
Stewie wants to. If you accept Stewie, I mean, he will come at whatever. Like, if he thinks it's a sore scab, like
Yeah.
he'll take it and see what he can do with it.
Yeah.
And once you laugh it off, you gain a little bit of respect with Stewie.
Yeah, I agree.
During the divorce, he'd come in team or whatever.
He says,
Even-
remember, he's like, how's the little truck?
Yeah,
He
his
calls
baby
my
truck.
the baby
He's
truck.
like,
yeah.
how? But it would be so funny because even the supporters would be like, "You are such a," and I was like, just let him be.
It's okay.
Let him be.
Our people would want to go after him, and we'd be like, don't go after him.
Stewie, how many channels have you had taken down? We were talking about that the other day. How many channels have they taken down that you didn't even fight? He said he didn't even this is unsweet tea and I'm actually drinking it.
This is what, to me, where Stewie got, I mean, he became legend to me. And that's when you remember when BKK, that boyfriend she had that ended up being
That's right.
not 40 plus, he ended up not being such a good dude. And, but the guy, kind of was representing himself like a gangbanger and this and that.
That was the best roast.
Stewie was the best person, for many reasons, whatever, YouTuber, culturally, whatever, gender-wise, whatever, to call this guy out, and he did. And Tupez, that's right. And he,
And I will honestly say,
that was the best.
my
That was the
opinion of
best.
it is that it was the best roasting I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was up there in the top 10 roastings we've seen in
ever
the
seen.
in the DC community.
And he was like, "You think you're so tough?" He was like,
with the painted on beard. And all. Yeah,
He said
people
that-
are running over there to Letitia's stream. It looks
"That's
like
okay."
that's
They
all right.
said that watch them both, click back and forth. They said that when he first, remember when he got on the radar and you were like, "Dude, you should see what he said about." He said that I couldn't get him hard and you.
He said, stop talking about being a veteran, which I really don't. If other people will bring it up. But
and he was like, and she can't even get me. And BKK was just laughing and laughing and laughing. And we had kind of come to terms with that. We throw her some money when she was running away. And she screwed us again.
yeah, the thing with BKK, and I remember Angelo had her on about a week ago, and I just shook my head at it. What BKK did was kind of flip the whole community off. Because when we all knew that boyfriend of hers was a piece of crap, we knew it.
Bye, Andy.
And see ya, Andy. And we knew that it was only a matter of time before he hurt her some way. And we would try to tell her, but you can't tell. I mean, I can't tell anybody that, right?
No.
Because of my position. But when it finally happened and he stole money from her and, was putting her on blast, and there's nothing like a dude. I had a friend on Facebook right now that's going through a breakup.
Thank you, Kathleen.
He's sharing texts on Facebook. And I was like, bro, you need to take that down. But he tried to put, and then when we were listening to her stream about that, she was seriously hurt.
Yeah.
She was hurt.
There was a guttural cry.
She was in pain, and he had hurt. And Mandi, on our behalf, like super chatted her some money or PayPal her some money.
I guess it was super chat because she says she doesn't have a PayPal.
And I remember
like
I just kind of just said, I think I vlogged about it, and I think we talked about it. I was like, people that are in those type of relationships, they keep going back to them. Trust me, I know this. I know. And she was like, Sean, I don't care. That was a genuine, cry for help. So it was like,
Thank you,
it was
Stu.
like $50 or something, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Something like that. It doesn't matter what it was.
Andy said you're very insanely quiet about your service. I just wanted you to know you said that before.
I try to be. I try to be, man. But anyway, so we gave the money to her, and I had a feeling that she would go back and then she'd make a scene. But I didn't think it'd be in like 2 days.
And that she told everyone to piss off that you gave her money.
So within like 2 days, she was back. We found out they were back together. And not only did she take the money, not only did she go back, but she kind of told, she had said,
Flip the bird.
You guys are stupid. It's my money. You're not in control of my life. And she basically told the whole community to eat crap and die.
Zen.
And went back.
Zen, you just turned me on, just so you know. It said that dude looks old enough to be your dad. You just ensured that he gets laid. I love older dudes.
Put the glasses back on. Put the glasses
love it.
back
And the
on.
fact that you said he looks that old.
Hey, I'll whoever that was. I got with that person before. I said when we get to about 47 minutes, throw that out there. I'll send you some money later.
I say that all the time when that gets used against. I'm like, keep talking. Anyway, go ahead.
So
and can you say how you know what? And you guys can we say how not surprising it was that Angelo put her?
I'm a blind autistic man, and truthfully,
That's true.
Trish, send me her
That
nudes.
poor thing. She. Remember you pay? I did. Stewie was. That's what I'm saying. Super chats. I was like, I'll give you $20 right now if you block that one. And he was like,
He loved him some. He loved him some Mrs. ATX.
It's well.
But didn't he know you as Mandi Troop?
Yeah,
though?
he knew me as Mandi Troop.
Yeah.
When I came in and whatever, and Sean went in under his name and was like, hey, and he said, I'm now with Mrs. ATX, and Shoe Nice skimmed right past it or whatever, and then he goes, Mandi Troop. And Shoe Nice was like, blocked.
And he knew that I was truthful. He knew me as Truthfully Trish's ex-husband, and then ex-husband. So that Truthfully Trish's ex-husband is now with Mandi Troop. Shoe Nice did not like that.
No, he used to crack me up.
Yeah, it was funny.
Not so much when he would take bong hits off his dog, and it wasn't really weed, and it wasn't really like, but if you paid him, he would go get his dog. He was so sweet with it. And it was like around the dog's neck. It wasn't anything inappropriate. But he'd like...
One of the very first vlogs I ever did, I think that one's still up, like way long time ago. I did it about like shock YouTubers like the Crazy Vapor. Y'all remember the Crazy Vapor? He used to vape all kinds of things. And they finally, he
vaped a pepper, right?
Well, he finally lost his channel because he had some Carolina Reaper that he was going to vape, but he had like his 12-year-old grandson was there, and it got in his grandson's eyes.
Oh, man.
And he was laughing at his grandson while
I didn't
so
know
he lost his channel for that.
There's an other ATX Tomahawk channel that's about a computer.
Yeah.
It's a like ATX. Anyway, if you search it, you'll see it. There's like a type of computer that's what it's called. I don't know why that had anything to do with what we were talking about.
I don't know what Stewie, I don't know what when you were saying by not taking anything personal.
You can't
Yeah,
take
that you
anything.
can't. Take it from me.
Even Angelo shouldn't take it personally.
No,
it's an observation, be it true or not true.
I mean, when you were saying that, I was watching the chat. Some people like Angelo and said it, and a lot of people were like, right on, you know. So that's just like, that's how it is for everybody in the DC.
That's why I always say, try not to take yourself too seriously.
Take it too serious.
We used to say that with the board when we did the boardroom. We were trying to make it stick where it would be like, don't take yourself so seriously. We don't, or something like that. Meaning, don't, if you get drugged to hell, it's YouTube.
Yeah. It's not that. I mean,
you know what I mean? Like
again,
it's.
I mean, I should be the beacon for all, especially dudes, because, I mean,
Jesus is a savior. Thank you.
Because I've
symbol,
been drugged through it all on this channel, and I still
survive.
emerged with one of the hottest biatches in the DC. So
You're sweet. And when he says it, I'm like, no.
It's Stewie, and you know Stewie. What else about her? She's got good credit.
That was what he said when he started that when we were still at the apartment.
Yeah.
Stewie,
neither of us had.
I had him blocked for 2 years on Twitter. This was before Sean and during Sean, and I finally unblocked him, and he went and blocked me immediately.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and then someone called. He goes, he was just joking, but he did. The first thing he did was promptly block me.
I know. To show you how this works.
Yeah. Oh, Stewie's clean from weed.
Wow.
Damn, Stewie. Right? Did he say that? Paula congratulated him, but I don't see that he said that.
He said it on there somewhere.
Oh, and smoking a lot of weed, but I've been clean 3 months. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's good.
If you can make it 3 months, the great Stewie, then Leticia should have been able to make it through a pregnancy.
He said, I'm smoking in about another month.
Are you on probation?
I'm about to say, you just got to pass a couple more of them piss tests, homie, and you'll be good. Couple more piss tests, you'll be good.
He's like, I'm not. That's so, yeah, no, and I know you said that you like Angela and you like, that's
Just
what's awesome.
work, yeah,
that
that's
is
cool.
what I'm saying to the max about this whole DC situation with my friends and all of this. It's just not that serious. You know what I mean? You can like different people. For a while, I would get upset when people would be seen being nice in the Beast chat. And I finally was like, who the hell am I? I criticized Katie for this crazy sense of loyalty they expect. So I can't expect that. And it doesn't mean anything. If I'm going to follow my own words, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when we think about this channel and how we're trying to build this channel and this and that, I just say, my mantra is you just can't get worked up about it. Whatever you do, don't get worked up about it. We talk about a couple people that have their channels and that they're doing okay with their channels and they've been around a while. And how, you know, they have to really watch what they do, watch what they say. Because I always say to Mandi, I said, imagine if this YouTube income that they're making was all the income they have. And
for some people it is.
This is it.
Yeah.
That this is all their eggs are in the basket here. All in here. It would be not as fun.
Yeah.
It would not be as fun. And we were there for a little while. I mean, we were living in the apartment. Our channel grew real big, and then, you know, the drama it just wasn't fun for a while.
Yeah.
So we stopped.
A lot of people don't think it is. Night, Kathleen. A lot of people think that right Kathleen. Now it's not. Because there was some real hurt between, like, I wasn't close to Reza. I've seen her in here. I've done whatever, but I wasn't close to her. But there's other people that are in this situation that were. And
he said, I don't care about Moonfart because I don't know her.
You can take that back.
Okay.
Because I can't read it anyway.
Hey, do you know
the thing is, hold on, but the thing is, you can't expect that two people at some point, they may not be friends again, but give it long enough and they're going to unblock that person and they'll at least be cordial. And that's how it works or whatever. What are you getting? I was making sure he wasn't going to pee in that bathroom because everybody would hear it if he went pee in that bathroom. Like, it's right behind us.
I was trying to figure out where that little key went, that long key thing.
Oh, it's in the. It's in the basket. I have to grab it. I know where it is.
It's in here?
No. It's in the other room in the basket with the beige-ish, and I think there's it's so, you know how it is when your husband was looking for something. It's easier if you just go find it.
Yeah.
You want me to get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Did he really know we're gonna have to clean up pee in there? Did he really?
Well, I know where it is. Don't worry about that.
But it's not like a bunch. No, I'm gonna do it right now.
No. See, I went back, I have my little back office back there where I have all my baseball cards and all my stuff and all my CDs, and this little dude that's sitting by my feet peed in there. So this guy peed in there. Did you go pee? Did you go pee? So
There's probably a silent watcher, or Stewie may know exactly what it is. The key's not in.
Oh, does anyone know what this is?
Is the key? We have the key to it. Is the key in it?
It's somewhere. I thought the key was somewhere.
Let me see.
Anyone can tell me what this is
It's not
for?
a vaping apparatus.
A key goes in right here. Does everybody know? Hey, Tracy. Let me see. So when I was, so we have a house that's, across the street and down about two doors. And they always have a lot of cars in there, and cars with no license plates, cars with license plates with other states on it and stuff.
There's a Georgia. I figured out what it was.
So
we haven't talked about it. Not this lock, but those tags that they stick on it temporarily are Georgia repo tags. That keep it.
So as you come down, we have a cul-de-sac at the end of the road, and every once in a while, Stewie, you're close. It's kind of a trailer lock.
It may be a trailer lock.
It might be, but it also, I think that one, because when you see the key to it,
It's right here. It's to lock an ignition.
It's for ignitions. So you pop out the ignition, you can pop it in, and it will. The guys that live down the street, and I mention this because I think Angelo in his stream was talking about repoing cars.
Look,
Well,
this is
our neighbors do it. So this fell out in the cul-de-sac, and I didn't know what it was until I was told by a guy that runs a buy here, pay here place. But that's what they use. So anyway.
But what's funny?
Did I just give away where they store the cars?
The thing is, and just a lot of them are pretty high-end sports cars that they get. Today it looks like then a flatbed comes and gets them, and that's that. But what they do with some of those sports cars before a flatbed comes and gets it is they floor it
because there's about 0.2 of a mile to the street,
and they peel it out.
They had a white GT
it.
Mustang, and they got a pound of flesh out of it before they put it on. They did it with a H1 Hummer, but anyway.
And it's pretty interesting when they do it because it's like if they have one that really can perform, they put it to, and then the flatbed takes it off wherever. So,
so I mean, we've been at this place, and whoever it was that Docstar addressed last stream.
Unacceptable did.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
so
the name of the person.
So there's about my uncle still used the club bar in this, and
Oh, my dad used it till recently.
They use them. So on this street, there's probably 8 houses, and they're all, you guys seen where we live. It's like a big manufactured home. It looks like a triple wide and a double long, big ranch style. And so there's 8 of those on this street. And real quick, we'll go over it again. I think we should spend the stream talking about the guy next door, like right next door. Pretty sure he's got like a dissociative personality disorder. He's in there screaming, and he's the only one that lives there. He's about 70, 75. He's a Vietnam veteran. And I thought he was yelling at somebody and beating somebody up. But then you realize he's talking, and then he's talking again in another voice. It's just him.
And yesterday he said, well, now it doesn't even effing matter because you're dead. And then you'd hear, no. So, Arsenic Angel, what are you doing in here? You hate us. No, I know. But
So You got that guy, and across the street from him are the repo people, and then 2 doors down, it's like a
If it really is, that's not that account, but you can block it anyway. Go ahead.
No, it's just somebody acting like that. And then 2 doors down from them, so you got the repo people, you got the neighbor, and he's cool.
That's
he's a
who it
Vietnam
is.
veteran, and he's cool, but he's got that going on. I thought it was Tourette's, but then when you talk to him, he's pretty normal. And then 2 doors down, there's a place that when people get paroled or they make their bail, they go stay at this house, and they come and they go. Then you got ATX Tomahawk living in this place.
We're
on
the
this side of the
yuppies with
street.
chickens.
We got all the chickens, and
We're the white folks with
we
chickens.
chase all animals off our property that are chasing our chickens.
It's a pretty cool.
So we got a pretty good group of people. It's very interesting. Then next to where the people when they get out of jail stay is Fernando and his family, and he's like a super mechanic construction. He does everything.
We gotta make friends with him again. I got mad that his pug got my dog.
His
my
pug
cat
got
chicken.
loose and took one of our chickens.
The chicken survived. But do you ever take one for the team with your spouse? Like when one makes a fool out of themselves, the other one kind of goes and makes nice. And it's not one or the other. It should be split. If he had made a fool out of himself, then I would go and be like, hey, he loves those chickens or whatever. I call that taking one for the team.
So we saw the pug. The chicken's bigger than the pug. And Pug grabs the chicken, starts.
We told him the story, yeah.
So she goes over and says, "Hey, your pug, it's getting my chickens
Karen,
and
that's
this
what
and
I
that."
thought. It's not them.
So the next time the pug's on our property, it's pouring down rain. There goes Mandi taking off down the street to this place, soaking wet. It's pretty interesting.
I didn't see. They said, well, I guess we'll figure that out later. It says we can agree to disagree. I care about you too much. I don't know what the disagreement was. About maybe who it was. But Sean was the master. Like, it's irrelevant. Don't worry about it. Right? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, that wasn't her.
No, well, it's not that account. But anyway, I was having fun with it because we had already been on a thing where I had talked about people. So I thought, well, why not? Why not be snippy about it? But he always keeps me on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I couldn't stop you today though.
But I didn't insult anything about him, anything other than what he says, not physically.
Yeah, it's
not
just his
anything.
lack of, I guess, prowess on the internet. I guess I don't know, but we weren't alone.
It is what? Oh yeah, no, and at the end of the day, we got our. What is it called? Comeuppance in the drama community.
Yeah, we all did.
And I tried not to and then I was just like, oh my gosh. Anyway.
I think we're done tonight.
We are. I was proud of myself. Karen reined it in and so did Sean. But I felt like I didn't go low.
You didn't go low.
Right? I didn't.
You said what a lot of people want to say.
Right. Nothing makes you look any less intelligent than when you are constantly trying to sound intelligent. Does that make sense? If you're continually trying to sound...
One of the things that people don't care about in the drama community, okay?
Is facts.
People don't care about your education level here. The best way you can get people to drag you or to come after you is to say that talk about your profession seriously. Like I'm talking to you when people come on and go, let me explain to you what I'm about to explain to you. And the reason why you should listen to me is I have these qualifications.
And to say, I'm going to speak slow so you understand what I'm saying. Nobody cares about that.
That's what I've always said is the person that comes on and thinks that they're have all kinds of legal advice. No, you don't. There's nobody that's been in the court more than me and I'm telling you, it's nothing to be proud of. When people come on here and try to tell you medical advice because they're this.
Thank you,
no,
Presley.
They're not. They don't have that. It's just, this is here to chill out, do some drama. People review streams and this and that. That's it. This isn't, you're not here to talk about,
Karen, yes, anything. You do. Karen says, nobody listens to me. I don't know shit. Well, I wouldn't. We've talked in generalities. Like I'll tell you about my experience with caregiving and what the takeaway for. But the second I start saying,
You should
Everyone who
listen to
has
me.
a mother with
Listen.
dementia, please listen to me. And I'm going to speak slowly
Right.
so you
Or
understand.
the person that goes, I have a master's degree in dementia care from Tupelo, Mississippi
Yeah, nobody
Community
cares.
College. Nobody cares what your. I have a college degree. I'm a veteran. I've retired.
It's in
who
pole
cares?
dancing.
I mean, it's
Male pole dancing.
I will never. Yeah, I'm a male pole dancer, but I'll never sit down here and tell you that because I'm a veteran, I know more than you.
Yeah.
Or because I have this degree, that gives me the credibility to sit on a screen in a drama community and tell you.
Someone
it
just
just
said
doesn't
call. I think adult about maybe the guy next door that maybe has some. He's got someone like a daughter or somebody that
Yeah.
comes through.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He's got someone that comes through. Really, he's next door to just about the coolest people he could be next door to.
Yeah.
Because
As long as you don't mess with our chickens.
other than like giving an ear and just making sure for the most part, nothing's going. We're not going to send the cops to his house all the time unless we thought he was in danger. But I'm always laugh at how easygoing, how Sean has seen everything. Oh, that was I was like, where was that? We took it in the car.
Yeah.
Let me see.
But when
I remember that Let It Go. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Presley also she cracked a couple of ribs. Did I tell you that? I think we talked about it.
Yeah, you were
At work.
chasing chickens.
We do, man. We're gonna if you keep up with our shorts on there, that sounded like the rooster just then.
That's one of the cats.
Oh,
Trying to get back to the
our
chat.
rooster crows
My TV
randomly, and he goes
There
to
it
bed about an hour before sundown. The rooster goes to bed, leaves all the hens out there. I thought there was something on my shoulder.
There we go. Look.
Well, yeah, but that. Do you like the sound that candle crackles when you?
Yeah, but it almost.
I don't like it.
When you don't know what it is. Like when I had that candle crackling when I was in the tub, I thought the faucet was on.
I'm gonna be like ASMR for a second. Oh,
We need to light the other one.
The candle. Hear it. The other one had gone out. So anyway, that's ASMR, Sean.
All right, guys. You guys got to wish me luck because
tell them what you're doing.
when I wake up in the morning, this is my day before my colonoscopy on Tuesday. So
And whoever
I'm
was
not
in
supposed
there-
to eat or anything. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm supposed to do some kind of fasting or whatever.
So Rhino or whoever it was that said he's old enough to be my dad, he's old enough for a colonoscopy.
They didn't say anything about having sex though, so I can go do that. How about that?
I realize it.
Can we do that?
Yes, always. It's our anniversary. I know it's your anniversary, but you can't forget Sean's
It
first
was
choice.
yeah, that's right.
I still have that.
I followed her all the way to Sloth, Carolina.
I still have that screenshot of her picture with what she said. Poor thing.
Guzzle juice all day. So is that what you're supposed to do? Like, I know I'm not supposed to
Taco Bell.
They told me not to do that.
You can load up on Taco Bell tonight, according to everyone. That'll blow your guts out.
You can't do that tonight. Especially, but
Just kidding.
So my mother was trying to tell me, she's like, well, you just basically have to not have anything in your colon. What? It's a constant. So at some point I have to stop eating.
And you need to make sure that you you're supposed to do it all day, but you got to make sure you do what it takes to go to the bathroom,
Oh.
I think because.
What about drinking that stuff?
That's what I'm talking about. They'll sedate you or whatever, and you'll come out and they won't have done it because you had, and you'll have to go do it again.
They don't they give you a huge jug to drink? I have to think they gave me some kind of information card to read, but it's just like it's
You
nothing.
lost it.
But it's nothing more than something that you would just get off the internet.
Did you lose it?
No.
You did lose it.
No, I did not.
You don't even know where it is. But his mom was like, yeah, we've had it done a couple of times. We're pros.
Stewie says drink Drano. I don't think so, dude. Yeah, they didn't give me any of that nasty stuff to drink, Debbie.
They might there, though.
But when I go, it's time.
I think it's come a long way from, like, the way it used to be. we've got the magnesium
Yeah.
citrate. What is it? Magnesium citrate?
Yeah, the magnesium nitrate or
Oh, okay.
magnesium. You know the stuff when you get constipated, you drink it. Maybe I'll just drink a half a bottle of that
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
do whatever.
That's the thing is Sean Presley, she's still in here because she likes to talk about, and I think it's hilarious. I love it when she does, but Sean's not always regular. So it's going to be a good idea if he drinks a whole lot of it. Citrate, yes. I remember when I was in rehab, I was so backed up that they made me drink that, and my poor roommate had to be a witness to what happened after that. But anyways, we will talk to you guys again soon.
So maybe we'll be on tomorrow. If so, I'll be grumpy. I'll be
But it'll
Grumposaurus
be back
Rex.
to the 8 o'clock time.
Yeah, I'll be Grumposaurus though. But maybe it'll be worth it. I don't know.
You can be like, I cleaned out everything. I cleaned out every pipe.
They didn't give me anything.
No, you'll be like, I've cleaned out every sack, every pipe. And they're like, well, you didn't have to. Like, well, I cleaned that up.
I did. So hurry up and let's do this because I'm gonna go eat a steak when I'm done. All right, y'all.
All right, talk to you guys later. Have a good night.